it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. Week 1 of the regular season for the 49ers. We're only hours away from kickoff. The 49ers got to fly down to Motown to take on the Detroit Lions. And faithful, you know what time it is. It's time to pontificate. The Detroit Lions had a terrible year last year, and unfortunately that led to Matt Stafford getting traded. Several of their high-profile wide receivers are no longer with the team. And also, Matt Patricia, the head coach, is now fired. The owner has hired a new general manager, a new head coach in Dan Campbell, new offensive coordinator in Anthony Lynn, and new defensive coordinator in Aaron Glenn. All three of the top coaches for the Lions are former players, so they can relate to the current players along the Detroit Lions. But let's be real, faithful. The Detroit Lions leave a lot to be desired along the talent side, and the Lions did make several draft picks in this year's draft. I think they did a good job in drafting. They drafted where I think football is won and lost, and that's in the trenches. And it starts up front, and it starts with their first-round pick, 7th overall, Penei Sewell from the University of Oregon. He's a highly touted offensive tackle, and he's struggled so far in the preseason, but he's only 20 years old. He's a rookie. He's going to take some growing pains. Obviously there's a different level between college and the pros, but I think they should have a good offensive tackle for years to come with the Detroit Lions. Now, obviously they traded for Jared Goff. They got rid of Stafford, traded for Goff. Goff, he's a solid quarterback. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's had success with the Rams, but clearly the Rams were looking for an upgrade, so they traded him to the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions have a few running backs, Swift and Williams. I think they're a solid tandem. And also, I think the Detroit Lions' best weapon on offense is their tight end. That's T.J. Hockenson. It'll be interesting to see the Niners matching up with T.J. Hockenson, because I think that would be Jared Goff's favorite target this year. On the defensive side of the ball, not too many known playmakers. Romeo Okwara, he led the team last year in pressures. I believe he had 61 pressures and 10 sacks, so he had a pretty good year. They brought him back. But he's the most notable player on defense. There is Trey Flowers. He had pretty good years with the Patriots, but with the Lions, he hasn't really lived up to that contract. They have a top 3 pick last year with cornerback Jeffrey Okudah, but he struggled last year with injuries, and he's looking to have a bounce-back sophomore season. So there's not a ton of talent on this Detroit Lions team, but this is the Detroit Lions home opener in front of the fans. The fans are back in the stadium. The Niners need to come in with an attitude like, this is the first game of the year. Everyone has a chance to win their division, to go to the playoffs. So the 49ers need to come prepared. But I think those are the best players on the team that I mentioned. And some of the best matchups will be Penei Sewell against the 49ers defensive line. I think Penei Sewell will get his welcome to the NFL moment, whether that's versus Bosa, whether that's versus Armstead, D. Ford, Arden, Keith, Samson, E. Bucum. We have a plethora of defensive linemen along that defensive line, and I think Penei Sewell will get, worked over pretty good by our defensive line. That's one matchup. I want to see T.J. Hockenson. How will the 49ers plan to, play T.J. Hockenson? Will it be Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Jimmy Ward? Will he be doubled? They do have a wide receiver. They got Perriman. He's got speed, but he's had a lackluster career so far. And I believe they signed Williams, a receiver from the Raiders. He had an okay year with the Raiders, and he didn't play football last year. I believe he opted out due to COVID. So we'll see what, Tyler Williams does with the Lions, but, I don't see too many players on the offensive side of the ball that the Niners should really be concerned about, except Hockenson. And I want to see our 49ers offensive line play against Romeo Okwara, because he did lead the Lions in sacks last year with 10, so that will be an interesting matchup, whichever part of the defensive line he lines up on versus Trent or Mike McGlinchey. Here are Jay and the Bay's key to success for your 49ers. My keys to success for the 49ers, number one, the 49ers need to establish the run. And the way we do that, we have to do that up front in the trenches. So on both sides of the ball, the 49ers need to dominate in the trenches. And John Lynch did an excellent job re-signing Trent Williams, bringing back Alex Mack, and also adding depth to that offensive line in the draft. That's one of the first things we need to do. We need to beat the Lions up front in the trenches. We also need to convert on consecutive third downs. We need to keep that clock rolling. We need to win the time of possession, keep the Lions offense off the field, also keep the 49ers defense fresh. We also need to convert in the red zone. When we have opportunities to score touchdowns, we definitely need to do that. Those are my keys on offense. On defense, I think the 49ers, we need to make sure that the Lions are one-dimensional, on the offense. If the 49ers can shut down the Lions' run game, which I think they'll definitely try to run the ball against us. I think if we're able to shut down their run game, I think we'll force Jared Goff to pass, and he doesn't have that many weapons to pass to. And if we force the Lions in second and long, third down situations, the defensive linemen can pin their ears back, rush the passer, and not have to worry about, stopping the running game. Also, Jared Goff, he's been terrible versus the Niners in the last 2 games he's played against the 49ers. I believe he's had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So he's a turnover machine when he plays against the Niners. I expect that to continue. So I think the 49ers will have at least 2 turnovers in this game versus the Detroit Lions. There's a reason the 49ers are favored the second most points in the first week of NFL games. 49ers are favored by 7.5 points. I can definitely see us winning this game by more than 10 points. And I think the 49ers will run the ball effectively. And I think we'll have at least 30 to 35 carries. We'll see Mostert. We'll see Jermichael Hasty. We will see Trey Sermon. We will see Elijah Mitchell. I think all of them will get carries. And I think Kittle will, do what Kittle does. He'll block. He'll block with like the best tight end in the NFL. He'll catch some passes. And I think the Niners will win this game, I would say 34-14. I think the Niners will win this game handily. And also, this is one of the biggest head coaching mismatches week 1. You got Dan Campbell. He's never been a head coach. I don't even think he's even been an offensive coordinator before. And then you got Kyle Shanahan. Do I need to say more? It's definitely a mismatch. But that's my prediction for the game, 34-14. And what is you guys' prediction for this game? Make sure you leave your thoughts in them comments. Let me know the score of the game, what you guys think. And do you agree with my keys to the game? Let me know. And if there's something else you'd like to add, feel free to leave that in the comments. And thanks for watching your boy, Jay in the Bay. I'll see you guys in the next one.